What do you know about the world of jinn and ghosts? I think the answer will be similar to others. They are creatures that live among us. But do you know the nature of these creatures created by God Almighty? It is known that jinn are most disturbed when someone invades their world or the place they inhabit. The consequences can be severe. If I were to give you advice today, it would be to be cautious before entering any place, especially if it is in a remote area with no signs of life around it. Beware of their anger, as you never know what you might lose. Some may lose their sanity, while others might lose their lives entirely. Today, through the Realistic Stories website, we bring you one of the scariest ghost stories, titled Ghosts of Route 56. We hope you enjoyed this story. The story revolves around a family of 5, the father, mother, and their 3 children, Jack, Sam, and Dora. Jack, the eldest son, is 19 years old, followed by his sister Dora, who is 15, and the youngest, Sam, who is 9. This family lived a peaceful and beautiful life in the busy streets of New York City. They were accustomed to going on camping trips to various places in the United States every year. The father loved traveling and exploring. That year, the family decided to camp in one of the beautiful forests near a road called Route 56. They prepared for the trip and left early in the morning to camp in the forest. The first day passed peacefully, with the forest being enchanting in every sense of the word. At night, the sky was a breathtaking sight, with everyone lying down and looking at the stars like glowing balls. Nature was magical and captivating during the time of year it was spring. The next day, the family decided to walk deep into the forest to discover its interior, as few people think of doing such things. In the morning, they had breakfast and set out into the forest. The plan was to explore for only 6 hours and then return to their original site before sunset. The journey started beautifully and was captivating. Due to the forest's immense beauty, no one noticed the time, thinking they were close to the return point, until the mother was severely injured when she tripped and fell. Night was approaching, and while the forest was beautiful at night, it could also be dangerous. Due to the mother's injury, the family could not return quickly. The father had to find a place to stay for a few hours before returning, as the injury was painful and left the mother unable to move properly. From a distance, Dora noticed a lit house in the middle of the forest. She said, "Look, Dad, there's a lit house. Maybe the people there can help us stay until morning and then we can go on our way." Although the father wasn't keen on staying with strangers, he had no other choice. The family headed to the house, and the eldest son, Jack, began knocking on the door. For a few seconds, no one answered, but suddenly, the door opened by itself. The family entered and started looking for anyone in the house, but no one was there. The strange thing was that the house seemed well kept and very clean, with most of the rooms lit. But the most important question was, where was everyone? While exploring the house, they noticed Dora was missing. Instead of exploring, everyone began looking for Dora. The father placed his wife on the sofa in the middle of the house, and the family split up to search. Jack and Sam searched the first floor, while the father decided to look for his daughter outside the house. While searching around the house, the father noticed a door in the wall. The door seemed to be open. The father decided to take a closer look. As he approached, a large blood-covered hand reached out and pulled him inside. The father couldn't even scream loudly enough for anyone to hear. He disappeared under mysterious circumstances. For Jack and Sam, the search was somewhat challenging, as the first floor was full of rooms. Sam was very scared, unlike Jack, who was brave. Suddenly, while the brothers were searching for Dora, they heard their mother scream loudly. Jack and Sam immediately ran to the ground floor to see why she was screaming and were shocked. The mother was split in half, with blood everywhere. Jack screamed, "Mom, Mom!" Sam began running out of the house hysterically, while Jack decided to look for his father. Jack found none of his family members, while Sam's only thought was to get away from the house. Sam ran, thinking Jack was behind him. Jack decided to search for his father near the house, but to no avail. As the sun began to rise, Jack decided to go to the police. On his way to the police, he saw Sam's head hanging from a tree. Jack was in shock and didn't know what to do. He continued his way to the police. All the way, Jack was thinking about the nature of the house and who could be doing such things. He reached the police station, which immediately sent several officers with him. The strange thing was that when Jack arrived at the house's location, there was no house. The police thought Jack, overwhelmed by what he saw, couldn't remember the house's location. The search for the house in the area continued for hours, but to no avail. Jack began questioning himself. Where is the house? Where is my family? In the end, Jack suffered a mental breakdown and was sent to a mental hospital. The police prohibited anyone from approaching the forest near Route 56 again.